first presentation of Purge Hangers and Wall Hangers Media Network. Of course, we want to welcome you, gang, to Lugnutz.
Welcome, Last Chance Chevy, except for these two special editions. Electric manual. What? High-end recall number 2. They tried to fix it once. JD Power Dependability Study 22. Couple Korean car fires. And we'll cover the new Spirit of Ecstasy. That and much, much more.
Play on Mattman. Drive on Lugnutz.
Right on over here to PJAndDWH.com, where you're going to find all the crazy and luggy and nutty moments right up top, as well as last week's Lugnutz podcast, which was Bugatti Vice Grip copying homework.
Yes.
You'll hop over to the second tab and you'll find Saturday through Friday, Big Brother and myself streaming right over here on Walljanger Gaming. I'm going through the Old Republic, finally caught out of my mission loop and met Darth Revan, Jedi Knight Rev. I met Revan and the Exile from the second game.
All right.
Expertly
nice.
tied in there. And where are you in Skyrim?
Thieves Guild side missions, doing the first one, and I don't know where. We'll find out.
There we are.
We'll blaze through them quickly.
We will also blaze on over here to the first story.
And with this first story, Chevy has new models for the Camaro, Shock and Steel Edition packages. They were unavailable. They're now available.
Does the Shock Edition actually come with like a shock ability? To where you can like shock people as like
no, you get paint options. You get a lot of paint options with this, and you get some body trim parts like carbon fiber bits and.
Well, I guess that's shocking.
Like that. Yeah. Well, they're going to go all electric. So if you always wanted one, I suggest pick one up now, cause get them while supplies last.
I was talking to a customer. I told him he was looking at getting a new one, and I was like, "Look, man, you want an actual V8 engine, you better get these.
Pick one up now if you really, really want.
They're going away. They're disappearing, literally disappearing. So if there is a favorite car that you want, buy that shit right now. If you can.
Some people, there are some companies who are diehards, which we'll cover later on. But first, in this next story, you know how you have a radio in your car?
Ooh,
you know how sometimes you want to know if Russia's going to start World War III?
Well, do you want to know when the start is?
You do, but if you turned it to NPR, you'd want it to leave it here. You'd want it to not. You'd want to turn it off.
Yeah.
Well, some Mazda owners on January 30th, year models 2014 to 2017, turned into 94.9 KUOW NPR station. At some point during the broadcast, they interfered with Mazda's infotainment system, and it crashed, and it was stuck on NPR.
That is
I don't know if it kept playing and everyone was stuck. So owners obviously took it back to Mazda, and they said it's the connectivity master unit. It was dead and it needed to be replaced. Here's the catch. It costs $1,500 and you can't find them.
Yeah. Would it be because of a certain semiconductor problem?
It could be, but they will be replaced free of charge.
Eventually.
Due to a settlement.
Yeah. Once they can make
So take it down to Mazda in about 27 million years when we grow some semiconductors off the semiconductor trees.
I remember when these semiconductor trees were just little branches in the ground.
Yes, when I planted my first semiconductors.
It took a lot of water, a lot of love.
Well, if you believe that, you're going to believe this next story. I love the patent office.
I love this podcast.
But, the manual transmission, everyone says it's going goodbye.
Hey, what's this now? A manual?
Yes, a manual. Well, Toyota has a plan. Normally, electric cars, they only have one gear. Normally, it's like third or fourth. But in a filing with the patent office and a bunch of complicated wording, Toyota wants to add a special controller that alters the torque on an electric motor. They also mention a clutch pedal.
Okay. Well,
Sounds great, right?
it sounds weird.
Just like you're in charge and you can tell it.
It sounds
when to
like
do.
you're trying to find that one racing video game that has the clutch and the gear shifter. And that's the only game you want to play?
Yeah. Well, but if you read the text, it refers to a pseudo shifter and a pseudo clutch pedal.
Oh, pseudo, not psychic.
Pseudo, yeah. Meaning it's just for the feeling like you're in the Fast and the Furious. I'm shifting. Here we go. We're shifting again. Doesn't do anything. I'm at a red light.
Yeah.
I saw the title and I was so excited. I'm like, how could you do that? Why would I want to, I've seen them. They put their foot on the gas and
Do you
want to
feel like you're actually driving a real car?
Would you like to do that, but much worse? Maybe it's me.
I don't know.
But if you want to pretend to shift, I suppose
You have that, yeah.
they may put that somewhere. If you're shocked by that, you're going to be shocked by this next story. I'm pausing to give it a minute for editing. Something about this website annoys me. Anyway, in this story, you would imagine that if you were to buy a Porsche or an Audi when it's recalled, you might want it fixed the first time.
Oh, of course.
Well, they tried to fix 32,000 Porsches and Audis for the second time. But second time's a charm. This time they're going to try to... It's the rear alignment, the rear axle alignment in cars. They might not have been inspected or repaired at all.
So they're dog tracking.
Uh-huh.
Just imagine a dog when he's kind of interested in something
So
over
they
there,
charged
but his
them.
ass is over there.
Uh-huh. So they charged them and then they just... Looks fine to me.
Yeah. That is scary.
Its simple defective lock nut could break loose. Your car could lose control. And you could increase the risk of crash and you could possibly die. But it only affects 19 and 21 Porsches and Audis.
What in the Louisiana cousin fucking is going on over there?
I don't know. They just sort of went, it's probably fine. No, you have to fix a defective locking nut. I'm sorry. I want all the parts to stay on the car. It's German. Come on. I expect so much more from you.
Nah, good enough. Nah, yeah, that's good. Yeah. It's weird. It's weird to talk about a German car and such a nonchalant kind of weird problem.
Well,
I'll put it.
in this next story, Audi is ending many things. Skirted away from the ad.
Hey.
Well, if you love the first generation Audi Q2, the second generation is not. It's not coming. They're not going to be doing it anymore. There's no second generation. They've given it up.
That's it then.
It started in 2016. They gave it a facelift in 2020. And now they're saying, nah, it's all right. We don't need it. And the A1, we don't need that as well.
Yeah. No.
So
No,
they're going to focus on bigger luxury cars, and they don't need these small things.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Oh,
well. But
it's a shame.
it's a shame. But what isn't a shame is this next story. We're going to talk about BMW and how they're targeting Le Mans. I picked this story. Look at this car. I think it looks awesome.
Doesn't look bad.
Focusing on the IMSA WeatherTouch Sports Car Championship for 2023, this V12 LMR. There's a video down below. You can go to 16 seconds after the ad. But I was sold at that. Nope. 16. There's a lot of clutter ahead of time.
That's okay. I got a whap. What is going on here?
It's an advertisement.
Advertisement.
We'll edit this out.
There we go. Hang on.
Yes, 16. It's way up there.
Oh,
It's a short video.
wow. This is a short video. Okay,
There it is
here we go.
there. All curves. I love the way it looks. It's a fantastic looking car.
That looks like a shark. You know,
Does.
it has that nice fin down the center, and it, those big fenders.
Oh yeah,
around
it
the
looks
wheels.
like something a superhero would be driving.
Yeah, Batman.
Yeah.
Batman would
Yeah.
be driving that.
That's what Batman would like. It looks like something Batman would drive.
This is
All the
going to come
fins.
out in the second Robert Pattinson Batman movie. This is his next ride.
Cool, but would it be dependable? Like
I don't know.
this next story. JD Power's dependability study. JD Power's dependability study is out. We can see the study. There you have a list below. Buick ranks second. The study is provided from owner surveys.
It's not a bad Buick.
It's a nice looking Buick
Yeah.
compared to the other one that we reviewed.
Yeah, that's
It
what I was saying.
So
I'm
it's
so
not
surprised.
all Buicks. It was just that one. Here's the list. They go based on owners who have owned their car for a few years, 3 years old, to participate in the study. That's how they know if it's dependable or
So
not.
worst one is Kia,
Well, they have.
or is the top one Kia?
It is problems per 100 vehicle. That's the
Oh,
PP 100.
So smaller is
score.
better than Kia, Buick, Hyundai,
Yes,
Genesis.
Kia is at the top. Buick and Hyundai. Genesis, Toyota, Lexus, Porsche, Dodge, Cadillac, Chevy, and Mini, and then Mazda. Lincoln's there.
Mitsu,
Kinda-
BMW, Ford, GMC. What is that? Industry average? Oh, so everything above that
Is
better than the industry average.
and below the industry average, we have Mercedes-Benz. That's why I don't wear Lewis Hamilton's hat anymore.
Wow.
When you wear a Lewis Hamilton hat, it has a big Mercedes symbol. I've had too many people trying to sell me old, worthless Mercedes.
What kind of bizarro world did we drop into that Kia is on
Koreans
top
are
of
the
fucking
shit, except in this
Mercedes fucking Benz?
Kias are great, except this next story.
Little Legos.
But Land Rover and Ram down at the bottom.
Yeah, Alfa Romeo,
But
Volvo.
that Alfa Romeo doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
You know, with this story, we got it from CNN, and they have pictures of the correct car company's cars in the photo. Way to go, CNN, for being like
Good job.
placing the proper photo. They don't always do that. Good job, guys. Good job.
Thank you.
Well, But it might not be good for you if you have a Hyundai and Kia. Possible defect that can cause serious spontaneous fires when you're not driving.
Yeah, that's bad.
Or not even when driving.
Oh.
So it could happen when you're driving.
Or when you're just sitting
or
there.
when you're not driving. Models 2014 to 2019 due to a foreign contaminant in the anti-locking brake computer control module.
Gotta tell you, a lot of these newer model cars are not making me want to have a garage.
Wouldn't we have noticed, like, a 2014? They should have been around a few years.
Yeah, but you never
Wouldn't we have noticed, like, fires happening?
You'll never notice. Different things could happen at different times, you know?
Okay.
Depending on the conditions, weather, environments, driving use, a lot of different
Despite
variables
this story, JD Power says Kias, and they're great. Despite the small fire problem here, they're great. The Kia, what's it? The Kia Stiletto was the fastest selling, most selling SUV.
You know
a month ago.
You know what JD Power does? That's it. That's what they do with their fire. No, that didn't happen.
Well, you know what has happened? The 111th birthday of the Spirit of Ecstasy.
I think I got it. Yep.
There she is, the Spirit of Ecstasy. She's turned 111, so they're giving her a makeover. Those actually aren't wings. Those are the robes. Robes.
I thought it looked a little dreamy.
They're not, yeah. It's supposed to be a feminine figure with robes that cascade out in the wind. The body now leans forward, aggressively created with Rolls-Royce, what they call true goddess of speed.
I'm sorry, you say that's aggressively leaning forward?
Yes.
Like,
That's aggressively leaning forward in elegant gowns. No, she's smiling, but aggressively smiling.
Aggressively smiling, so she has to take a shit?
I didn't write the copy. I did write the copy, actually. I did write the copy. I can't say I didn't. I wrote the copy. But I didn't think about the face. I didn't think about what face. I don't think they have that much detail.
I'm trying to paint a picture for the people who only listen to the audio version of
It looks
this.
like a woman bending over. Looks like she's
Taking a crap. Yes.
Yeah, she's flopping up. She's got to go quickly. She's rooted to the ground. I'm sorry, Rolls-Royce. I didn't want to go there, but it looks like she's got a phase 6 situation here, and she's got to go. It's about to fly, and it's gonna fly all over
the windshield.
Wait, where is it? Over the hood here.
Yeah, and then it's gonna
splat right here.
It's gonna get in the view of the driver. And that is a safety concern, which is why they have to drive fast.
I don't think this is the type of advertising Rolls-Royce wants.
Probably not.
I did not. I also didn't cover that Rolls-Royce drivers are now younger than ever.
Yes. So they would appreciate this advertisement.
They might. Or, back on the real world, you might think about an ID4 2022.
Maybe. Maybe.
Well, if you like the first ID4, they're going to have some changes, including a $765 price hike.
That's not
they're making improvements.
All right, well,
improvements are great.
As long as you're making improvements.
Up to 135 kilowatt fast charge. It was 125 previously. It has a auto hold feature.
You bumped up 10 kilowatts and you want more money.
That's how progress happens. Slow and steady wins the race. Plug and charge feature and a slightly undisclosed range increase.
I don't know how many, but you got more.
So you got all that going for you.
You got question mark more miles. And Link, don't Don't break the fourth wall, man.
He's about to pull down our curtain.
Don't break the fourth wall, dude. Calm down. But with Volkswagen, I find this rather, unimpressive. A little bit, They're not really adding that much.
They add a little bit. Before you know it, you're going to be like, wow, it does that much?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's all about perspective, I guess.
Oh, isn't everything. But perspective of this next story makes you feel all warm inside. Because Lamborghini says it's going to carry on My Wayward Son till at least 2030 if they can. Lamborghini says we're not going to stop selling engines or producing them till at least 2030. Although they may not be able to sell their product in all countries. Germany has a caveat for synthetic fuel vehicles.
It's fine because the ultra rich have that loophole of, well, I bought it in that country and then I just shipped it over here.
I don't know if countries are going to work that way. I mean, the EU
In my mind,
they'll come
it
up with
does.
a consensus, I imagine, but
I imagine a
Or
fedora-wearing
whatever they do
man
over there.
named Raymond Reddington getting the job done.
I don't think he's real. I don't think he's real.
He'll get it done.
Well, what is real is the dream world of Lexus. Back to the concept art and the concept world of the Lexus engineers. I think this looks awesome.
That looks
Especially from this angle.
Oh,
This
yeah.
This is Lexus's new concept electric sedan. I like the angles. It's a fantastic looking. Kind of has almost a Porsche look to it here.
Yeah, kind of like a cyberpunk Blade Runner kind of look. The
if
sharp
you-
edges.
Yeah,
Really
like
looking nice.
Sharp edges. I like the lights. Match all those sharp edges.
It has that kind of like Audi dome on the top.
Kind of
And-
like a hatchback look.
Yeah.
Looks like it would be a hatchback. And a little
Very
spoiler lip on where the hatchback would be.
Thin, cut out, almost like cut out shaped lights.
Although they didn't mention, it looks exactly like the current model LS. If we go below, they have a...
I love these rims. They're almost like Spider-Man just went, that's your rim.
yeah, like little spider web. If you go below, the wheelbase matches the current... Here's from the front. Very angular, very... there's a side view.
That was the one we saw.
That's the one we saw. Here's a side view. The wheelbase, it's the exact same length as the current model. They have a
Okay.
side-by-side view down the page a bit. I like the front view as well. So it looks...
Oh, here we go.
If you look side by side, they look almost identical. So
And then, oh, no, you're not going to give me both. But here's the other one.
it's less angular,
Mm-hmm.
a bit smoothed out.
Nice back end, though.
It is. It's a nice back end. Although on the other one, the that lip is lower. So
Yeah. With
I like
this
that one way better. It's a
Yeah,
much
with this
sexier
one.
car, especially with the front end. Nice curves
Flat front end,
all over.
but still a lot of curves. Very, very subtly, but you look at the front there, and that just looks like it has that like stingray.
yeah,
kinda like
it's got
front.
that sort of a stingray mouth.
Like what we're gonna do.
Well, if you like this car, don't like the car, we'd love to hear from you and hear what you have to say.
Yeah, man.
You have a project car you're working on you want to talk about?
Contact the team right on over here on the last tab. Find us on all facial media.
All facial media sites. We'll facial all over your media.
Dingle dash us over at the Clits and Kilts. And you'll also find us on all social media handles: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. And if you have a lucky and nutty ride, make sure to pop it right here and contact a team. But of course, it does not matter if you drive a Centron or a Skoda. Nothing rolls without Lugnutz. We'll see you next week, gang. Drive on! And yet again, I am still disappointed that the Integra
You know,
interior
here's the thing.
is the Civic.
When I do the news, advertisements are everywhere for that thing. That's never a good sign. Like, you know, Ferrari doesn't need to advertise. Have you ever seen a Ferrari? You're watching the Super Bowl now. Have you seen a Ferrari advertisement?
Probably.
You haven't.
No?
They don't need to advertise. Like, hey, you want to buy an F40? If you can afford it, the answer is yes.
You saw a Ford commercial, a couple Dodge, Chevy commercials.
Pepsi did a halftime show.
Yep.
Coke ignored you completely.
Yeah, because they're not talking to you. Yeah. A whole
Thanks
bunch
for
of that.
watching.
Drive on, gang. Bye-bye. Have